Yeah. Steve, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. How you doing, Stakes? I'm really happy to be here with you.
Another day, in disc golf. Uh, Thanks for joining the Pine Tree Disc Golf podcast. And I think we got something pretty cool going on here with disc golf in the state of Maine and disc golf and across the country. I want to ask you, Steve, what's something this week that's your highlight for disc golf? What's something that was really good for you?
What was really good for me was actually getting back to pin high disc golf, which the last time I played was last year at the Angry Acorn, where I actually got to play with my other band. We didn't break up. The easy part didn't break up. We're just not together anymore.
Right.
We got to play that, and I really love that course. I forgot to watch my Instagram thing about how I reviewed it, and I remember saying beginners won't like it, and then I was like, you know what? Beginners don't know they won't like it, so it actually is good for everybody. And I had a good time there. I played M850. That was a highlight of my week. I was having trouble because I've strained my calf muscle hiking and stuff, getting ready for Devil's Grove the previous week.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem was I had so much pain that I couldn't putt. And people who know my game know I can't putt anyways. But really, I missed 3 putts the second hole.
Oh man!
And I was trying to deal with the pain but anyways, it was just so fun, and it was a very cheap PDGA event. I think it was like $12, so it was great to get some rated rounds for $12.
Yeah, it was Rise of the Saplings. It was called.
What?
Rise of the Saplings. That's what it was called.
Yeah, Rise of the Saplings, because I think Angry Acorns in September or October.
Nice.
But that was a blast. Yeah, it was great to play that course again, and I like that we got to play the same course twice, and we didn't have short tees and long tees like some places do, or some of the spoiled courses where you get two courses where you play one or the other. So it was nice to try and no, I'm gonna get hole 3 this time.
Yeah, that's
sweet. How about you? How was your week?
It was good. I had a good week of disc golf. It's been a lot more disc golf lately because of just in between jobs, and being able to get out on the course more is always great. I did very well at the Maine Players Tour in Bittersweet Ridge, my home course. I came in M1. I was first place on the day. Nice. So yeah, I got the win. That was super fun. It was challenging to say the least, to keep focused and to not just get out there and just start humming frisbees whenever, wherever I want to go, because it's my home course and I just love to just really unleash on a driver on some holes. It's just fun to try and ace it. But I had to hone in on gotta be throwing a mid-range on some of those holes, and it really paid off. I had 1-4 on the day, and
very nice.
That was sweet. I mean, just a bunch of twos, a lot of twos. That was awesome. So yeah, playing league rounds, going to Pineland. Just came back from there today. That was really good. I shot a 63. I mean, Pineland's a golf course. I love that course.
I do too. Yeah.
Yeah. It brings out every facet of the game. And if you want to hone in on if you want to test your golf ability, I would go to Pineland. If you've been ripping the sweet side, or you've been ripping the hawk or something, and you want to really test your game, head over to Pineland and see how you do out there. It can really humble you real quick. So yeah, that was my week. I won the MPT, and that was pretty cool. A little bit of cash to put away, and that was pretty fun. So yeah. So
they're always fun.
Yeah, MPT's main party tour. I call it that every time. It's people are there to just drink it up or really play for serious, and it's fun either way. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, you were at the Devils MPT?
Yes, I was.
Yeah, how'd that go for you?
That went really well, except the first round, it took me so long to get to the first tee that thankfully I was on hole 10 on the Devil. but it took me so long to get there. Thankfully, my group waited for me, and then they kept keeping score on the phone, and I was like, oh, I didn't know we were doing this on the phone. It turned out none of them had a pencil.
Oh,
So they
geez.
had to show Jamie and Alex their phone, and they put 2 phones to confirm our scores. But I love that place too, because I hadn't been there in 2 years, and that place kicked my butt. I was playing like MA50, like actually in a PDGA, and Eric Jenkins, Grampy Pirate Jenkins beat me, and Bob Kilmer beat me. And nothing against Bob, but Bob Kilmer shouldn't beat me. And that's how bad my day was. So I was really looking forward to get back at that. And that's how I hurt my calf hiking up and down hills in Bangor.
Oh, no.
And so my calf was kind of bugging me. But I did something for only the second time since I've come to Maine. I got 3 deuces in a row on par 3s in a tournament.
Let's go.
So I was pretty happy because I got 17 with a meteor, 18 with the meteor, and then hole 1 with that was on the Demon. Sorry,
still really good though. 17 is
Yeah.
not an easy 2. That's a
I
good
was
2.
really proud of that. Yeah, over the hill, and I parked it. I was bullseye, and
Nice.
and then of course, getting 1 is pretty easy, but it was still fun all the same. So I was pretty thrilled, and unfortunately I was the only one in my division, but that didn't stop me from having fun because all the courses around here are just so great.
We're spoiled. We're absolutely spoiled with the amount of upkeep we have at our courses in the state of Maine, and also the amount of just camaraderie from everybody in all these courses, and the doubles and the singles leagues. And I've rarely,
and it's
rarely will I have bad times.
It's hard to describe to my friends back in England where I played, or my old friends in Arizona. It's like, it's a course up in the mountains. No, it's not. Because Dragon Field is not like Devil's Grove, is not like Pineland Farms, is not like, Ghost Tree. It is just not. It is just spectacularly different.
You have a different experience every single place you go.
Yeah.
And you'll find if you go to a course and you're playing alone and there's a 2-card or 3-card in front of you, at least when I joined the scene, and I think in 2016, I was always greeted with like, hey, do you want to play with us? Hey, do you want to come over and just play some golf? And, I came from a place where it was mostly ball golf, and I had to really ask my way into play certain rounds with people. It wasn't like you just lump on a course. You had to know somebody to get onto a card with somebody at a ball golf course, and the rates and everything, it's crazy. But I've been astounded by the amount of camaraderie and also the amount of just fun I've had in Maine Disc Golf. It's so cool. I love some Maine golf. It doesn't get better. And my Devils experience, not the best. It was a hot day. Heat and steak don't go together all the time. I would say that I just had a tough first round. I tried to tough it out the second round. I probably just started to get, I started to get a little like woozy, and it was really hot. It was hot.
I think it got to 90 or not. I think it got to 90 before we took a break.
Yeah, it was at 90 when we got to the break, and I was pretty much done after 6 more holes. It was just more for safety. I was just like, I'm getting really kind of woozy. You know what? Just take it easy, go to the AC, and head on home. So, sometimes you just gotta do it. It's not fun. Yeah, you just gotta make sure you're gonna be safe out there. And if you're not feeling well, you should never feel ashamed to say, I'm gonna have to DNF this one. And that's the first time I actually ever did it. I've never DNF'd, and for a little bit I was like, oh man, I don't want to do this. And everybody was supportive though. It wasn't like, really, you're doing that. People were supportive. So that was pretty good. And no ace on Devils? I don't think so, right?
No.
Was there a throw off?
Somebody Lurch got a black ace.
Oh,
I think he aced hole 18 off of hole 1.
Wow. Hole 18
on the Demon.
On the Demon.
I mean on the Devil. I think he aced hole 18 from the tee of 1. And of course he was playing back. So
Yeah.
that's a pretty bad shot from the whites, but I think he was playing the blues.
Whew.
Aren't the blues?
That's an interesting one. I've
Yeah.
never really, when I think of black aces, I'm thinking like maybe if you're on hole 5 of sweet side of BSR and you really shank one and you get on the hole 4 of
Oh
the
yeah,
sweet
yeah,
side,
yeah.
you could possibly do it there or hole 9, but I've never seen a black ace before. Were you there to witness it?
I was not. I heard everybody talking and everybody going, oh, and then it was like, oh, somebody aced hole 1, which is quite a get whether you're playing the whites or the blues. But then they're like, oh no, it's black ace. You heard somebody, but I've actually black aced in a tournament before.
Oh wow.
And it was funny because this is like Las Vegas in 1992 at Lions Park, which doesn't have a course anymore. But anyways, 30-second story.
Sure.
The TD put out a flyer because it's 1992. There's no internet or anything, that he was giving $100 for every ace. So he got people to come to Vegas, which isn't really a tough sell because it's Vegas. And then we got there and he put alternate tees on every single hole. He like moved the tee back like 50 feet and put it behind a tree. And so in the second round or the first round, he stayed. He didn't play. He stayed at Tournament Central. He was playing jams. I aced hole 15 from hole 14 tee, and I was playing like AM3 or something. And everybody in my car cheered, and everybody heard it.
Right.
And we turned around, and he was like walking towards us, like, "Oh my God, I have to pay somebody $100." It was kind of funny, but we told him, no, it's a black ace.
Yeah, so no payment there.
No payment there. We didn't even know
yeah.
about the 51 club then. So evidently I would have owed everybody in my group $5.
Yeah, I always thought like it was you owe like a 6-pack or something. That's what somebody told me once. Like if you black ace, you owe somebody some beers. But
oh yeah, probably.
oh man, there's so many little games and stuff like that. Are you in 51? Are you in the 51 club?
I am not in 51. Actually, I played with a guy named Ian from New Hampshire who was talking about that group. I think he said there's like 280 people entered or something. Or
it's kind of like an unofficial thing. Like so, once you hit an ace, like for me, my first ace was at Bittersweet Ridge on, if you can believe it, Sweet Side hole 13. So if you know it, that's serious.
I have to work backwards.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Yeah, so Sweet Side 13 was basically I threw a P1X down there and I ended up gliding the chains. And somebody said, "Do you play 51?" I'm like, "No, but I can." They're like, "Okay, well now you do." And so it's like $5 for every ace and $1 for every band hit or chain hit. So perfect. Yeah. So it's a fun little game. I mean, like you just gotta carry some side change on you.
Yeah, we used to do that in the old days.
Oh yeah. Good times for sure. Yeah, and the first ace at Bittersweet Ridge was sweet. What's your first ace?
My first ace was hole 6, 254 feet at Santa Cruz River Park in Tucson, Arizona.
Wow.
AKA Tumbleweed.
That's sweet.
Yeah, with a lightning Bearcat.
Do you still have the disc?
I actually do. It's right over on
Sweet.
That's the first disc I ever got.
Yeah.
And but I lost. I got a Scorpion and a B-17 bomber, but those got beat to hell, so they just disappeared.
Yeah. That's pretty sweet. So moving on to Maine Bracket Madness. That's what I like to call it, the bracket challenge for the singles. We're on to the championship, is what I heard tonight. Results.
I forgot to hear those results. What were they?
Enman 4-3.
Really?
I out of left field. I literally thought.
And that was on the Patriot, right?
Patriot, yeah. And Delisle ended up losing to Enman, and it's gonna be Devo Enman in the championship, and that's gonna be a heater. That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, Matt's been hurt, man. The King of the North has been hurt. So
yeah, for sure.
And back.
It's good to see him back, and it's good to see him doing really well. And I thought Delisle had it. I really did. He's on such a tear. It's so much fun to watch too.
He is, didn't he? He won Devils last week, didn't he?
Yeah, he won Devils. He won BSR MPT.
And a half ago.
And he won the summer opener.
And that was a pretty strong field too with the MPT at Devils. Yeah.
No joke fields. I mean, they had some strong contenders in there, and he took it down. So I mean, I'm just so impressed by. I said I watched him tonight because we were teeing off at like 5:15. They went off at 5 at
Yeah.
Pineland, and his form is so pristine every time. I've watched it plenty of times off other tees and stuff, and he's just clean every time. Throws it 400 and straight. Does pretty well in the game of golf.
It's disgusting. Yeah.
Yeah, it is disgusting. It's like, chill out, kid. Not really. I really want to do well, but it's like, holy crap. Like, I don't have a chance against that. You know, on the north at Bittersweet or something like that. It's like, holy cow. That's so far, 400.
And he's sponsored by ThoughtSpace Athletics, isn't he?
Yeah, ThoughtSpace is the one.
Buying those up now.
Yeah, I'm on the page for the buy sell trade. It's amazing how much people are putting into that. It's like $80 for some of those like first runs. And
I'm telling you, I actually messaged Aaron because I was on the Brody Smith collector page and they were talking about stuff, and somebody dropped this line. They said, if you want to collect stuff, ThoughtSpace Athletics for stuff right now is insane. And I was like, what?
Whoa, yeah, that's Maine.
I'm like, okay. And I messaged Aaron, and he's like, whoa. And I'm like, you've arrived, dude.
Yeah.
Arrived.
It's insane. I mean, like, for me, when I think about it, it is a piece of plastic in the end. It's a piece of plastic people are buying, but it's a limited edition run of disc, and they look so clean. Dual DR, you know. I mean, like, they're so clean. I actually sold my 2 DR ones on there to get some side changes for some doubles. I was like, you know what? Somebody else is gonna really value these things, and I might as well just let somebody else have it. So
yeah. They feel great too.
Oh yeah.
You feel like
fly amazing.
This on steroids. I swear to God.
Yeah. Have you tried the Temple?
I have not. You might not know this, but I'm on Discraft's lowest street team, so I only get Discraft, DDGA, and PlasticAddicts.net, which have 2 discs made by Discraft. So I haven't gotten to try other stuff. I did throw a Champion Destroyer at a Goats match a few years ago because it was for somebody who passed away, and nobody in the card would throw it. And I'm like, okay. I ended up throwing it like twice that day, and I'm like, don't tell my sponsor I'm throwing in whatever. But that's I haven't got to try them. What do they fly like?
Temples, a lot of people saying they're really good zones, and like they're like a zone, but they fly a little further. That's what I'm finding with a lot of with ThoughtSpace. People are saying that they're just an inch ahead of everybody else. That's what they're saying. I mean, they seem like they have a mold that's really good, and they're going by the streamlined plastic, I believe. Like it's MVP plastic, but it's ThoughtSpace. So
you can tell when you feel them. They've got a little bit extra dome in them, or they just they're going to go a little bit further.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they go far. I mean, I have a Praxis in my bag, and I can rip that thing. If it's a putter's only challenge, it's definitely there. I mean, it's going to be something that I'm going to want to throw, but they're a great company, and he's doing really well with it. I mean, the social media marketing, all that stuff is pretty sweet. So yeah. And back to the main bracket madness.
Oh, sorry.
Prediction. That's all right. Predictions for Edmund Debo. That's a tough one.
I think it depends on where it's at.
Yeah.
Because even though Matt plays a lot down there, the guy lives in Hamden, right outside of Bangor. Right. I think, it's an hour and 40 minutes for me to get to Devils. Or in the LA area, it's like an hour 50 to get to Bittersweet Ridge. And so I don't know. I mean, obviously he's been playing there his whole life, but if they go, oh, we're playing BSR north side or whatever, Debo's going to be there Monday through Friday, at least, one round a day. And Matt's going to be like, maybe I can get Wednesday off,
Right.
So I think he's playing at a little bit of a disadvantage, but Debo's tough. Debo's tough on coverage at Maple, at the Maple Hill Open, and I give it to Debo
2-1. I just think it's gonna edge him out. That's my call, but it could go either way. It really could.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know the weather. What if they agree on a Thursday and a
Yeah.
monsoon comes in? Or
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd be really thrilled to find out where they're going to play, because I like when people come up to DR Orrington and play the
Mhm.
Lynx and the Bobcat, just to
Yeah.
see them tear it up, because we're used to Matt and Ty Cobb and Yak,
Oh,
coming in at 43, and you're just like, that's
yeah, head
20
scratcher.
under. How do you do that?
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be kind of cool. If Debo went up there and like did a round, I mean, he probably wouldn't. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if he would go up to DR and play him there, but
Maybe they'll
it's,
go to Skyriders, because Skyriders
yeah,
has all brand new tees
they
that
do.
they put in preparation for the 4-course challenge a week from Saturday, I think.
Yeah.
And
I love Skyriders. That was a course I played in college for a while. I love that place. Yeah.
is that Bates, or which college did you go to?
Thomas College.
Oh, right on. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So I went to Thomas College, and my friends introduced me to disc golf in senior year of high school, and then I just went from there. I bought a Buzz first disc, and that was it from there. I was like, oh, this is a fun sport.
Yeah, it
So
is. It's very addicting.
it's super addicting. It's hard to put down.
People. Yeah, I mean, just playing against yourself is like, no, I got a 7 on this last time. I'm gonna get a 6.
Yeah, yeah,
For
yeah.
starting, I mean, or when you're old like me, but whatever.
It's okay. Yeah, I mean, it's for me, the stats really get me in a good headspace with it. Like if I like look at a hole, like especially Pineland League, I can look at all the stats I've been getting for each hole. So you do UDisc for everything.
Yeah.
That's been super fun. Being able to just see what I get on hole 5 out there, and what I get on hole 6, and how many 4s I'm getting on those holes. And when I get that free or 2, it's really satisfying. I love it. So yeah,
Very nice.
very good.
I don't know. I mean, obviously, I want Matt to win because he's like from up here, but
Right.
um, but I just wish I could watch it. I hope like Jamie or somebody films it.
He should. I'm pretty sure he'll be live. Yeah, that's. I don't say guarantee, but somebody's gonna be live. So we did Rack's match that night, and we were able to live stream that one. But yeah, somebody will be up there for that one. That's gonna be really cool to be able to. And that's a nice thing too. You can just like get home and somebody's live streaming on Maine Disc Golf Scene. And you're like, oh, look, so I can put this on the TV, Chromecast it or whatever, and be able to just watch some disc golf. So spoiled, I say, Steve. It's just there's so much good golf up here that people don't realize it too. I think with Maine and the disc golf scene.
Yeah, we're kind of forgotten.
Yeah,
because we're just there's Massachusetts, and then there's that one up there.
Yeah, it's Maple. Have you been to Maple Hill?
I have. I played Maple Hill a year ago, April, when I was coming back from Tucson, and boy, that thing kicked my butt. I was like, I'm gonna play where the pros play, and I got. It was so hilarious because the guy in the store, the starter, who's also the starter because you have to sign up.
Right.
I came in and he's like, how was it? And I go, well, I was 2 down after 5 holes. And he goes, yeah, you birdied holes 4 and 5. And I was like, how'd you know that?
Yeah, they just know. They know what happens.
If you get lucky, you get hole 4, and hole 5 is probably the easiest hole out of those first 5 to birdie. So, but anyways, I'm just like looking at hole 6, and I'm like, no, this fairway is much wider on Jomez. I'm like, why is this 12 feet wide? It's really like 25 on Jomez, and I'm just like,
so much wider on the TV. I don't know what's going on here.
Guys are really good,
7
feet through a 12-foot wide, But have you gotten to play that?
I have. Yeah, it's a good course. I think it's beautiful. It's just the golds are so hard. I love playing the course. It's just like, it's hard. I get beaten up out there. I've gone once, and I want to go back for sure. It's a fun place, but
God.
Yeah, I gotta go over and just try to rip up the Blues maybe next time.
My only complaint is I went there on a Friday, like at noon or 11:30, and there were people playing other courses, and they didn't know golf etiquette, so they weren't yelling four. So I'd be
Oh
like
yeah.
lining up a 40-footer, and all of a sudden a disc would come flying in, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Oh yeah.
That's my only complaint. But it's
Yeah.
well marked out, and yeah.
Definitely some casuals out there that will just don't know. That's the other thing people are saying is don't grow the sport as fast as we are. But it's like, holy cow, it's
Yeah.
a lot of people are playing now. It's pretty cool. So yeah. Well, Steve, we only have 7 minutes with the the Zoom Pro here. So why don't we we'll be looking forward to for PDGA coming up. What's your next PDGA?
Oh man. Well, I hurt my calf, so I don't even know what I'm doing. But my next PDGA is I'd have to look at my schedule as they
That's
say.
all right.
But I have it because I'm supposed to go to Bittersweet Ridge.
Oh yeah.
Saturday for goats, and I can't. I beat my legs up the last 2 weeks at Devils and Pin High because of my calf. So I'd have to look real quick here. I'm sorry.
No worries.
I'm so glad you're allowed to edit this.
Yeah. I will say for my next PDGA is I'm on the wait list for Maine States. Doesn't look like I'm going to get into it, but
yeah,
probably Rally Rochester this weekend. I'm probably going to sign in last minute and get up there. So that's going to be a fun camp night as well. So that's
good.
That's a good time. Have you played Squam?
I have not. I've only played one course in New Hampshire, and that was the one that Eric McCabe designed.
Oh, yeah.
And I played the hard one. It was the Red Dragon, the South course.
Yep.
Manchester?
Yeah, I think it's the Hollows.
Manchester, and that thing was so fun. But my next PDGA is the Italian Championship on August 28th at Dragon Field, and that's going to be fun. That course
tears me up.
Even though I think the Talon is only like 2 years old. It's gotten beat down nice, and it's still a really tight course. So I always look forward to playing it.
Nice.
Even if it's a pinball machine, in my opinion, but I love it because I just love, because I came from the wide open fairways of a par 60 course in England. And it was just so fun here. It was frustrating at first, and then I was like, no, learn to throw through 80 trees. That's the fun of this.
Yeah.
What you're meant to do, not just grip. Because I used to carry like 12 drivers and 2 mids and 2 putters, and now you got to have every shot.
Oh yeah, you got to have everything in the bag.
Yeah, so I love the Talon at Dragon Field. I mean, I can't tell you a course I hate here. I've played probably like 8 or 9, and I just I couldn't tell you my favorite, and I couldn't tell you my least favorite.
I would agree. It's like just so much fun to play every course in the state. And I mean, I can go with a top 5, but it's like, it's hard to do because they're all so sweet. I mean, and the upkeep is amazing at most of the courses. So it's pretty awesome. Yeah. Well, Steve, we look forward to next time for Stakes and Steve. And I think we should wrap it up. What do you think?
I think congratulations should go out to Calvin Heimberg for his victory.
Yep.
Winning in a playoff once again. I think the shot of the year is his shot on the first playoff hole at Jonesboro when he beat Macbeth. Just throwing a Halo Destroyer 440 feet and pinning the hole, and then Macbeth had to throw and couldn't do it. And,
Yeah.
So, I mean, Ellis went out of bounds on the first hole, but still, Calvin had to do it. So shout out to him. Shout out to Natalie Ryan, I guess. She's following the rules so far, but the NCAA has made some rulings, so maybe the PDGA might change theirs. Maybe the Olympics change theirs like the NCAA has, but
it's a tough one. It's
a tough one.
It is. It's a tough one to try to decipher, and I've gone back and forth in my own head about it, and hard to tell what to do. So yeah. But in the end, we go forward and chuck more disc, and
That's true.
It's going to be another good week and more doubles at VSR on Thursday. Every day there's a new thing in disc golf. So new thing, new posts, new doubles, new results.
No matter where you are, there's something going on like every evening. I mean, up here, there's something every evening because we have like 4 or 5 courses within 35 minutes of me. And
yeah,
I could go somewhere at 4 or 5 o'clock and do something somewhere with people. So.
It's so entertaining every night. You know, you can rattle off all these leagues every day of the week. So we look forward to seeing everybody out there and shredding the courses. So yeah, Steve, till next time.
Yeah, we're Steaks and Steve. Tell somebody you eagled this week.
Yes, sir.